Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for this week's question and answer video. Happy Q&A Monday, everybody. I like to recommend something every single week to you guys. Something that helps you heal from trauma, whether it be like better sleep, anxiety, understanding, learning, things like this. So this week, I'm going to recommend another book and workbook, and it's from Tara. Tara said that her comment didn't get through, didn't stick on the video last week, and that happens, you guys. Sometimes, just to let you know, you might get unsubscribed from my channel. If you like it, go back, it's not there, questions disappear. I'm sorry, but thank you very much for all of you being persistent, and thank you, Tara. So Tara, I got your email. You sent it to me through an email, and I looked it up on Amazon and found it. So this is a, let's see, first you have, so you give me 2 recommendations. And this last week was about self-care, and I asked you guys to please give whatever recommendations or things that you can suggest for self-care. Tara suggests these 2 things. The Art of Extreme Self-Care. Transform your life 1 month at a time. This is an audiobook. It comes on Kindle for $9.99. The audiobook is $5.95 on Amazon. The link will be down below. For the last 20 years, this is what she wrote here. Little synopsis. For the last 20 years, I've dedicated my personal and professional life to the importance of self-care by teaching from my own experience, writes Cheryl Richardson. In the past, I've sacrificed my health and my relationships for work, given to others at the expense of my own needs, and watched my dreams slip through the cracks of a busy life. Who does that sound like? Some of you guys. And now the second one, recommendation she gave, is called The Workbook for the Art of Extreme Self-Care, 12 Practical and Inspiring Ways to Love Yourself More. Love it. Love it. It says by Mindful Spark Press. I'm guessing, and maybe you could tell us, Tara, and why don't you go down below in the comment section and write something about this. You know, what do you think about this? What did this do for you? It says the workbook is not a replacement for the main book. It is a companion that will help you understand and apply the lessons in the main book more quickly and easily. So I assumed, and I think that's what it is, this workbook goes with the main book. The workbook is divided into sections that corresponds to the chapters in the main book. Cool. And it seems like kind of a month-to-month way to better your life. I like it a lot. Anyone else has read these? Let us know what you think. And Tara, please, I'd love to know more. The links for these, if you guys are interested, I hope you are, I hope you're interested in self-care, will be down below in the description box. Okay, both of them. Thank you very much, Tara. So let's get into the questions. There's several. All I ask you guys, just give us your locations. Ask me anything you want, honestly. If it's too personal or something, I'll tell you. And no such thing as bad questions, stupid questions, only bad and stupid answers. I'll try my hardest. First, to make sure I get this out of the way, I want to recommend that you guys please follow the link below in the description box, in the comment section. You'll see it everywhere, to support the petition I created a year ago. Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying petition through change.org. The link will be right down below. Like I said, just follow it, hit yes. I really, really appreciate it. This is a disgusting thing that's only getting worse. If you think it doesn't affect your life, you're just not aware that it has, and it will, okay? I appreciate all of your guys' support so much. Thank you very, very much. Okay, first question. Anonymous 7099. Don't remember where you're from. If you get a chance, tell us where you are. Says, David, you're helping people around the world. I was so suicidal after my BPD psychopathic relationship. Well, I'm glad you're not anymore. It feels good, I bet, to be able to say that now, huh? That you used to be. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you. And let's see, let's get to a question. A little bit of social withdrawal is normal after a narcissistic relationship because you need to grieve and readjust, but it's not good to stay that way for years after. You can't just stop living. You can't be more true. Now, just because social withdrawal is normal doesn't mean it's healthy. Okay? Normal is to validate that you're doing it. It's okay. It's what most people tend to do, but we don't want to do it. It's one of the worst things we could do. Somebody asked me what the worst thing you could do, I'd say isolate. What's the best thing you do? Be around people. That's simple. Okay? Thank you for that. Don't know where you're from. And at least I know Emily is from South Africa. Hi, Emily. My mom always made up reasons why I shouldn't feel bad when my dad mistreated me. That's pretty awful. Pretty bad. Um, and I thought I put my answer here. This is what I wrote. This is how she was able to live with herself, allowing her husband to mistreat her son and her not having anything to do about it. So awful. And how common is this? This is the codependent family. I know we hate that word, but narcissistic family. Dependent all on each other. I always resort to a group of drug addicts. It seems like even if none of us have had a drug addiction, I never have. But man, who hasn't been affected by drug addiction? It's like you got to at least know a friend, someone in the family friend, maybe a boss, maybe a coworker. Everybody kind of has an idea of what it's like. And I use drug addiction because it's the one that we can really see. It tends to be the worst. We can see it in their face and their body, and it ruins their lives so fast. But it's that dependency, and dependency is addiction, and we keep it. It's number one, most important. And there's so many threats everywhere, and we got to protect it. So you won't fix your problems, I won't fix my problems. We won't call each other out or just blame each other if you have to. But really, it's just keeping that dynamic the way it is and secure and not changing anything, not helping anybody, not, you know what I mean? It's like you can abuse me as long as I get what I want from you. And they're like, well, I'll give you what you want as long as I can abuse you. It's like, and I'm sick and have problems, but I won't fix them. I'll just have this false narrative and it'll be supported by my partner. And then here comes Emily trying to be like, hey, why is this going on? They're like, shh, don't you get it? This is how it works. Shut up and take it. It's just awful. Awful. I mean, mom has one role. Safety. Safe. Secure. That's it. I mean, what mother can't just keep their children safe, secure? Like, that's hard. No. Dad gets involved in their life, shows you direction. I bet neither of them are doing either of those things. Actually, I know they're not, and I'm sorry. Yeah, we got to heal from these things, and I think the only way to heal from it is to be away from them for a time. Let's see. This is Jennifer from the Midwest. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, David. Trauma bonds run deep with another person. But the sad thing is that I sometimes miss that unhealthy dynamic with the narc who discarded me. Is this normal to feel that way? It probably takes much time for that feeling to subside. Thank you. Don't worry, Jennifer. Yes, it is. And it doesn't take time. Talk. We need to heal. Healing just isn't time. I wish it was. But the good thing about that is I don't have to tell you, hey, it takes 10 years to heal from this. Sorry, just got to wait it out. No, you can heal from this year. Still, even this close to the end of it. Talk. That's it. There's no other solution. Talking. That's it. Yes, it's normal. Yeah, I mean, look, we miss somebody, right? We grieve. Have you grieved? What stage are you at in grief? Are you angry still? Are you sad still? It's obviously normal to miss people, but you call it a trauma bond, and that's dependency. And so that's going to even be harder. We lose ourselves in these relationships. We didn't get what we emotionally needed or wanted. It felt bad. We didn't stop it. And we compromised our values. Just the beginning of losing who we are, a sense of who we are. And that's why it's hard to end these dependent relationships. It makes it even harder, tougher. You ever talk to someone with a severe addiction? For years they've had it, and no longer is the heroin or the alcohol fun or feels good anymore. Just hate it, but I can't stop. Why? Why do I keep doing it? Just addicted. Dependency, I think, has a lot to do with it. Losing a sense of who we are, gaining that back, yeah, and simply missing somebody. When we lose someone, it's not just the memories. They're not here now, right? and it's also the future we had planned with them. Okay? So 2 years after the relationship ends and you think about the place that you agreed to get married at or something, and you think about that and it's sad. It's okay. What's important is for you to make yourself feel better, okay? And you can heal from this. Talk. Tell your story. All right? Thank you, Jennifer. And Emily again from South Africa. And this kind of correlates. That's why I waited. I remember this question before I said too much. People should not see their narcissistic parents again. It doesn't work. And whatever joy you can get out of seeing them again isn't worth the damage or rumination it does to you. I agree with you with my experience. I agree with you with your experience, but we all have different experiences, different family. I've seen narcissistic parenting. Narcissistic parenting isn't something damning. It's not a diagnosis. It's certainly not calling either parent narcissist. They have the personality disorder. It means they weren't healthy. They weren't ready to have children. That the void in their own lives took the attention away from you. Put it on there. And your attention went there too. But these things can be mended and fixed. There is a chance for some, and I'm not trying to give anybody false hope. But I've seen narcissistic parents later in life develop the relationship with their child they never really had, and it turned out okay. Okay? And you're talking to someone, or you're looking at somebody right now who's a big proponent of divorcing your parents and divorcing your family. I am definitely not the one that says blood's thicker than water and you got to stick for your family and you got to take care of them and all that. No, you do not. No. You're saying we don't have a choice? That's what you're saying. You don't have a choice. Or you're saying that your experience is the same as mine, everybody else's. It's not. That's why I'm saying this is not the solution always for everybody. Okay. Thanks, Emily. I know enough of your family. I agree with you. And Big Dave from Tennessee. Hi, Dave. You asked me a question about wanting to reach out to my ex about giving her closure. You said, do whatever I wanted, but if she is toxic, why would I do that after 2 years? I don't feel she was the toxic person in the relationship. You seem to say that healthy people give closure, which made me think maybe I am the toxic person. And I'm sorry, Dave, if I made you doubt yourself. I wasn't calling you that. I'm saying that giving closure is healthy. We should always do that when we can. And I also said there's some times where we can't. Whether it's our physical safety or emotional safety, things like this, court order. There's reasons why we can't get closure. But I hope I didn't make you feel that way or make you question yourself, Dave, or make you think that you're the toxic person in a relationship. But you said you don't feel she was. Maybe you were. I broke up sending her a text. My text was, I love you, and she didn't respond fast enough, so I texted, I hate you. And I stopped all communications at this point. She called, and I ignored her. I decided after 2 years I needed to reach out to her. We talked about my last text, and she asked me, what is hate? I looked at the definition of hate. It seems different from what you describe in your videos and your post on your community page. Well, you didn't tell me what you think hate is. Let's see. So I wrote, hey, Dave, I hope the conversation gave you what you were looking for. Hate is something that drives inside the person that carries it, and it is not about the person it's directed at. To hate another means you hate yourself. It can derive from different emotions such as fear or anger, but it says most about the individual and not the target. So now you got to tell me what you think, or tell me what you think hate is. I'm not sure how I derived differently from that in my videos. Maybe you could tell me that too. Yeah. Hate is, they say hate's a strong word. It's unnecessary. It could be a defense mechanism. It could be something I regret I did, or you made me do that. I hate you for that. You didn't do what I wanted. My own expectations. But it's all about the person with the hate. Okay? It's all about how I feel about myself. You can't love yourself and hate people, but you can certainly hate yourself and hate others. Love yourself, you tend to love other people. Okay? All right? Tell me what you think, Dave. I'd love to hear it. And I hope that conversation benefited you, gave you what you were looking for. Closure, or giving closure. I hope you feel better. 2 candles. Don't know where you're from. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Do you think you could go into detail about what a borderline could potentially do to someone when they slip into psychosis? I thought that was very interesting, scary, educational, and a good deterrent from relationships with them. Well, we can't broad brush, right? I mean, the borderline personality disorder, like other mental illnesses, are a spectrum. You could look at antisocial personality disorder. That's certainly a spectrum. The psychopaths that you guys see on TV, well, we only know them as psychopaths because they're, serial murderers and stuff like this. That represents less than 2% of people with the disorder. So to say psychopaths are murderers and stuff like that, you couldn't be more wrong. Borderline's the same. It's a spectrum. The worst borderlines are in prison for murder, just like antisocial. There are a lot of mothers, a lot, and there's not that many women in prison. There's a lot diagnosed with BPD, and they're in there for murdering their children or their spouses. And there's quite a few. It's pretty sad. And they're just so manipulative. They always use I dissociated, I went into psychosis, I don't remember. Bull. Yeah, you do. You do. It's like drinking. People use drinking as an excuse. Oh, I'm sorry, I got drunk and it just totally made me someone totally different and I'm not responsible for any of these things. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. I don't do that when I drink. Ever. And I also never do that when I don't drink. What I've noticed about people who apologize for things they do when they're drunk, they tend to start doing them when they're sober. It's been my experience over time. Someone this unstable is dangerous, period. Okay? You take a very high spectrum borderline, tend to be pretty violins, can't say the word, lots of anger, dissociate, don't know who they are, don't plan for the future, don't understand repercussions, don't take accountability. And the bottom line is that they're traumatized. They're not a victim of trauma from a long time ago. They are traumatized right now. They don't just play victim, they believe they're the victim. They're not healed at all. And little things that wouldn't traumatize anybody is traumatizing them. Think about a borderline who was SA'd, assaulted their entire childhood and is now borderline. And then they think, their perceptions is skewed and they think that some man's trying to do that or did it. They dissociated during the act of sex and then later think they're molested, raped. And that reaction to them, or you're about to take my life. They are so, you're going to kill me, help me, kill me, help me, black or white, splitting. And it doesn't matter how great you are right now, because in a second, you're that evil piece of shit that abused me and almost killed me for years. You're trying to kill me right now. The trauma affects people with CPTSD. A lot of you guys, our amygdala is like a door. And it comes, our brains come up with immediate responses to everything. But our amygdala helps say, nope, we're not going to say that, not going to do that. Yeah, CPTSD shrinks this. Doesn't work well anymore. Boom. Instant fire. Borderlines are dangerous. They're dangerous financially, they're dangerous emotionally, and they're dangerous physically. You slip into psychosis, anyone in a psychosis isn't very responsible for what they're going to do. And it's scary. Yeah. I don't know if that helps. I can't sit and tell you what every borderline would do because there's some that would never hurt another person physically at all. Right? But you said dangerous. And those 3 areas, big time. Sexually, even, financially, emotionally, physically, dangerous. They'll ruin your life. They could call and make false accusations and put you in jail. They could smear you for years and ruin your job, your life, call your boss up. I mean, they're just dangerous. It's dangerous. They can't look at themselves, can't take accountability, and you're the devil. Like that. You are the person who's hurt me for 35 years. Okay? We're all capable of protecting ourselves, and we're all capable of hurting another person to save ourselves. So if a borderline feels trapped, cornered, they can be very dangerous. But not all borderlines. Okay? It's kind of hard. But you're talking about you're talking about a mental illness that is high conflict, that doesn't know themselves very well, very unstable and impulsive, angry, violence. Okay. If you want to know something more specific, just ask me. Thanks. Rory from Sunny, Ohio. Hi, Rory. I believe it was from November 6th Q&A video. Jill mentioned her ex's ridiculous rules and why she even put up with them. In your answer, you mentioned conditioning. Oh, I lost it. Here we go. Here it is. I mentioned conditioning. Could you please give some examples from childhood that carried over into our adult relationships? So, I was talking about the unspoken rules in toxic relationships. Your husband, your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. And it's things that, terms, we bring up terms. Hey, please never do that. Please always do this. Okay. And then the other person agrees. And then, hey, remember, that was one of my terms. No, but we're not healthy like that, right? So it's just as we go, I'm going to react and start forming you into what I want with all these unspoken rules. And and we agree by conditioning from our parents. You see, we weren't allowed to develop into our true authentic self. I always use these 5 things. Just look at these, just these. We didn't get what we emotionally needed. How could we develop that part of our life and ourselves? We didn't get what we wanted. Can't develop that. We felt bad quite often. Didn't want to feel bad anymore. Can't fix it. Couldn't do anything about it. Numb it. Not developing emotionally very well. Here's my values. I would love to value honesty and integrity, but my parents lied. My parents beat me and abused me. My parents kept food from me. They talked bad about me behind my back. They taught me all these things that go against all my values. And so I'm more conditioned to accept people like that. I'm more accepting of feeling bad in a relationship. I'm more accepting of not getting what I want or what I need. But bottom line is I'm not developing into my true authentic self. So I'm in here with these relationships, and you want examples. Let's see. An example of conditioned rules, ridiculous rules. I can't cry. I'm not allowed to be angry. I have to, there's a certain part of telling the truth, right? And then there's a part where I'm forced to be vulnerable. Narcissistic parents don't do very well with no, right? You don't have that option. You don't have a choice. They don't sit and talk to you about it. They don't say why. Feels bad? Who cares? You're completely left alone to develop, and you can't that way. I'm narcissistic, Dad. My emotions are more important. You come home from school, you had a good day, but Dad's pissed. You gonna tell me you had a good day? No. Mom's crying. You want to go tell her you had a good day? No. Mom's drunk. And when Mom gets drunk, Mom's violent. You want to go tell her how great of a day you had when you know hers was miserable? You got bullied. Someone's picking on you. You gonna go tell Dad? What does Dad say? Oh, God, you're such a wuss. Just protect yourself. Why don't you beat him up back? Oh, God. It's just who cares how you feel, what you want, what you need, what you value. You just accept your environment because you've never been able to change it, control it. We can't control our environment, but we definitely have a choice, but not in childhood. And so we accept not having a choice in adulthood. Hope that makes sense. Feel free to come up with other examples, you guys. Yeah, you guys all have them if you're aware enough. Sally again. I can't remember where you're from, Sally. I feel bad not remembering. Let us know next time. I've been out of the house twice in 3 weeks and could care less to go out unless I have to. Home is my safe place, not my best self right now, so I stay away from people. Christmas coming doesn't help. Always tough time of year since COVID. I'm sorry, Sally. Whatever you make this Christmas is how your brain will react to next Christmas. It's what our brains do. This Christmas sucks because the last one sucked. Maybe it was a couple before that, but the last one wasn't good. Couldn't have been really good to be this scared of Christmas. Our brains go by the last experience we had. I could walk to my work for 15 years, always safe. The time I get mugged and beaten up, that very next time, we're scared to walk to work, right? Well, fuck, you've been there 15 years, you've been walking to work. It's only one time. It was the last time. I need to walk to work a couple more times to feel a little bit more safe. See that? Sally, you want to do something good for yourself? Reach out to people, talk to somebody. Celebrate it a little bit. Get some new decorations and put them up and play some music and say, I'm just going to do that for Christmas and make myself and my cat or my dog some turkey dinner or something. Think about what you would do for your child. It's just you and your child right now, and your child feels like this, Sally. What would you do for your child? Say, hey, let's celebrate. Let's go do this for Christmas. It doesn't have to be conventional. Do whatever you want. You don't have to celebrate it. Not everybody celebrates. I don't. So I haven't had family since I was a teenager. But I don't celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's every single year. God, it seems like it comes every 2 months now. You know, I purposely won't celebrate holidays one year just so it's that much better next year. Hey, I haven't seen my Christmas tree in a couple of years. This is great. I'm sorry, Sally. I can't stress enough how much people will help you. If you can find someone to talk to, life coach, therapist or something, I can't tell you how much it helps. It really does. It might seem lonely to do that. Oh, I got to pay someone to talk to me. No, you don't have to. It's only if you're worth it. Only if you believe you're worthy of that kind of help. What does your daughter need? You do too. Okay? Jeanette. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your locations, please. I think I got one location. Hi, David. How are you? I'm great. Thank you. You said, I hope doing well. My daughter is getting married. Congratulations. And my ex-narcissistic and his wife will be there. Your daughter's father. Got it. How should I interact with him? I have been no contact for about 6 years now. I had to see him at my daughter's graduation. He kissed me on the cheek right in front of his wife. It felt very uncomfortable. And, well, I am not sure what he will do at the wedding. I just want some pointers on how to deal with being around him there. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for asking, Jeanette. Okay. Don't forget why you're there. Okay? And don't forget what you're doing. You're there for your daughter. Yeah? Maybe you don't have to stay the whole time. These are things I just suggest to people. Your daughter will understand if you don't stay for the whole reception or something, right? You're there for the ceremony, you show up at the reception. That might be enough. I don't know how involved you are in this wedding. What really helps, Jeanette, is have somebody else on your side. Obviously, your daughter's too busy. So is there someone else you can take to the wedding? Is your daughter okay with bringing a friend or something for support? That helps. The friend knows, or whoever with you kind of understands the situation, will kind of be there for you, kind of save you, help you. And the other thing we do, Jeanette, is we practice and we know exactly how we want to react to things. We know now, and we can rehearse it and practice it. He's already kissed you on the cheek in front of his wife. Let's just go through that scenario again. How would you like to handle it this time, Jeanette? Okay? So we go through these scenarios and we know how we want to handle them. So it's just more automatic. Practice it. Practice it in front of a mirror. Say it out loud. Talk to yourself. Get someone else to help you. I'm not kidding. That's just self-care, self-love, protecting myself. And how you react, keep in mind who you are, Jeanette, okay? Keep in mind what you need, what you want, how you feel, and what you value. If you value respect, be respectful. Don't let someone change you, okay? What we do is we get away from people that start to do that and make me disrespectful. I get away from them, okay? You don't have to talk to this person. You don't have to do anything. How do you want to react? You've got other family there watching, your daughter. This is a day for your daughter, right? So we keep it about daughter and not so much us today, maybe. So maybe this isn't the good time for confrontation, right? And we just avoid him. Just avoid him. It's my best advice. Just avoid him. I don't know how many people are going to be at this wedding. I would say the smaller the wedding, the shorter time I'm there, right? If it's just 5 of us, I don't know if, but avoid him. How would you like to handle him trying to kiss you on the cheek again? Be prepared. Don't let him. Say, please don't. I love no thank you. It seems to work pretty good for everything. Tries to kiss you. No thank you. Wants to hold your hand. No thank you. And just take control. Okay? Don't let him control you. If he reaches out and tries to hug you, what do women do? We always put your hand up, right? It's kind of like you're going to hug him, but you really just put the hands here and just keep them there. Turn away. Act stupid, play dumb. Be true to yourself, though. Stay respectful, okay? And have self-respect. Don't let someone do that to you. So think about how you want to react, right? And don't forget what you want. You want to be there for your daughter. You want your daughter to have a great day. So we're just going to keep it, right? But you don't have to let him kiss you on the cheek. That's just, I don't even know your story, and that's gross. Yeah. This guy obviously is a total facade. I hope that helps. Okay? Because this is important. I would tell you don't have to go, but I know you want to. Jeez, what an important day. And your daughter wants you there, and that's what's important, is that your daughter wants you there, huh? Does your daughter want him there? Does she get a choice in that? Yeah. Just be happy for your daughter. Stay away from him, okay? And just show respect and self-respect. Don't let him kiss you. Don't let him hug you. Other than that, go through the scenarios of who he is. What kind of stuff will he say? And just be prepared. Just say he might say this and this and this. He might try to hug me. Might try to kiss me. And what do you want to do? Think about when we react in a way that we don't like, and then later we can look back in hindsight and go, God, I wish I did it like this. You can do that right now. You know him. You know what to expect. I would stay away from him. He starts talking to you, and that's it. Mid-sentence, walk away. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, you gonna tell me you care about his feelings? We don't have to. We don't have to care about most of the world's feelings. We don't even know them. You don't like him anymore. You don't have to care how he feels. That's his job, for him to care about his feelings. Yeah. Okay. In that situation, I think that's the best advice. What do you think? Let me know. And ask more questions, okay? I'll help you next week if I can. And Rose, I already know you're from the United Kingdom. At least I can remember where your guys' locations are more than you can remember to give them. Hi, can I ask what happens when they are ill? At the moment, he's had tests and is having a procedure. I couldn't see anything on when the narc or BPD person is unwell. He never likes to really ask or tell you much. He hates being dependent. So it doesn't do any good to find out what 5 million people do, because they're all going to do different things, right? So looking at what would be, so here's what I think. Here's what I answered with. Asking for help and receiving it requires introspection. So he just hates himself so much he can't ask for help, receive help, or apologize. Right, Rose? Is he really good at taking inventory, introspecting, self-evaluation, accountability? I'm really sorry, Rose. Wow. I can't believe I did that. I'll make sure I never do that to you again. That was not good of me. I need to fix that about myself. I have plenty of problems I need to get fixed. I'm going to go fix them. Oh, that's my fault. Yes, I really need help. Can you help me? Oh, you want to give that to me? Thank you. That's really nice of you. Yeah, all of us have felt a little bit of that in our life, so we all understand that. That's how small he is. Tiny, 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 tiny. It just reminds me of, the boy, the 7-year-old, 6-year-old being dragged over to apologize, forced to apologize to the other kid. No, I don't want to. It's not because he hates the other kid. Because he can't look at himself. He can't accept that shame. That is shameful. Oh, you did something bad and wrong. No, I can't. No. I'm sorry. That's all. Can't ask for help. Can't receive it because he's a piece of shit and he knows it. Yeah. That's why, Rose. Not good to be around people like that. They'll only abuse you. And that's it, I think. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's all for today. Thank you very much for your beautiful, great questions. Keep them coming, please. This video needs them. If you want to keep seeing this every week, ask questions, share your own experiences. I really appreciate that. If you could, please, if you haven't, sign the petition, subscribe to the channel, vote up or down, tell me why down below, share this video, and love yourself first, guys. Thank you. I'll see you in a week. Bye.